Welcome in, everybody. We're live here at Georgetown High School. The Georgetown Lady Eagles getting set to go here in their first match of day one here of this Leander VOLLEYPALOOZA 2024. First Responder Broadcasting brings you all things Lady Eagle volleyball, and what a season they're having. We're back at the helm, and we missed the Fraulein Fest. We didn't go down to New Braunfels, and what a tournament we missed. 8-1 in the tournament. Did Georgetown go in that to finish third in the gold bracket, the third place team in that big tournament there at the New Braunfels Fraulein Fest. A tough loss in day three in the semifinals to El Paso Franklin, and then came back to win the third place match over San Antonio Johnson. But 19-1 on the year. This Lady Eagle team, they have been on a tear. They have only lost 4 sets on the season, 41 sets won. And so a pretty good number here for your Lady Eagle team as they get set to take on Deer Park. The Lady Deer out of Deer Park come in at 9-7 overall. They are out of 6A, Region 3, District 24, along with Dickinson, Clear Springs, Clear Brook, Clear Falls, Deer Park, Clear Lake, Clear Creek, and Brazos Wood. And they, first time that Georgetown has ever played Deer Park here in the volleyball world. And so another battle with a 6A team for your Lady Eagles. A good battle, a test here in match number one of this day one event. They will play a 3-day tournament here at VOLLEYPALOOZA. Right now they're hosting here in the main gym. We're turned sideways, a different look here as we have the kind of over court side look from the one end of the floor because they're running 2 courts here in the main gym at Georgetown High School. A third pool is being hosted down in the lower gym here at Georgetown High School. And so in this pool for Georgetown today, you have the first 2 teams played earlier, just finished the Woodlands out of the Houston area. They beat Stony Point in 2 sets in match number 1. And then Georgetown now takes on Deer Park here in match number 2. And up next, there will be, let's see if we can go here and get it pulled up for you. The VOLLEYPALOOZA. You go online to VOLLEYPALOOZA 2024, and you can pull up the AES, Advanced Event Systems, and pull up the whole schedule and take a look at it. The beautiful thing is it is very detailed, and there are a lot of pools. There are 17 pools in this tournament here in day one, round 1, pool 16. The Woodlands, Georgetown, Stony Point, and Deer Park. After Georgetown and Deer Park play, Deer Park will stay on the floor, and they'll take on the Woodlands next. Then Georgetown will come back at 1:45 to take on the Stony Point Tigers. And we will have that live here on the SHN Sports Network, 1:30 about. Now, understand, all of these times are about as we get into this tournament. We look at the time right now. It's 11:02. We're ahead of schedule after just the 2-set win by the Woodlands over Stony Point as the teams go through their service warm-ups here on the court. The Georgetown will be back scheduled for 1:45 to take on Stony Point. And then the final match of the day out of pool 16 will be at 4:15 for your Lady Eagles, and they'll take on the Woodlands. And so we get set here for match number 1 for your Lady Eagles as they finish up their warm-ups here. A battle going on to our left in a different pool that's being hosted here at Georgetown. 3 different pools out of the 17 here at Georgetown High School. The rest of the pools are across in Leander and all the schools over there between Vista Ridge, Cedar Park, Rouse, Glenn, Leander. And so a lot of action going on here in town. A big tournament and a lot of great teams in town. Your Lady Eagles will start off in day 1 with the blue long sleeve jerseys. They are on the far side of the court to start off in set number 1. They're in the blue long sleeve jerseys, white numerals, and black lettering outlined in white of the long sleeve jerseys with black spandex. The Deer Park Lady Deer are in the white jersey, short sleeves with maroon numbers. And Deer on the back, a capital block print letter with their logo on the front of the jersey with black tights. There on the near side. Head coaches Courtney Cox, assistant coaches Danielle Whitaker and Lauren Edmonds for the Lady Deer. Your Georgetown Lady Eagles need no introduction, but we'll give it to you anyway because that's who we love the best. Is they are coached by head coach Jenny Richardson, and her assistant coach is good. I didn't print out our own roster today. That's amazing. I have it in my head, so we'll be fine. But the libero for the Eagles, Regan Ramirez, she is in the white long sleeve jersey with blue lettering and black numerals, or blue numeral on her white jersey. The libero for Deer Park in a gray sleeveless jersey with maroon and gold on her jersey for the libero. The teams will slap hands here at the net. They'll get ready to play here in match number 1. Day 1, Pool 16. Your Lady Eagles 90-1 on this season. That only loss coming at the hands of El Paso Franklin last weekend in the Fraulein Fest in the semifinals. And so they look to rebound. They got the win in the third place match over San Antonio Johnson, and they play here in VOLLEYPALOOZA 2024. Next week, the Lady Eagles will be back on Tuesday night. We'll take on the Liberty Hill Panthers, and that'll be a battle. Georgetown has moved up in the rankings. They rank currently a couple of different polls out there, but currently in the Texas Girls Coach Association poll, they are ranked at number 4 in the state. They will take on the number 1 ranked Liberty Hill Panthers on Tuesday night here live at Georgetown High School. We'll have the call here on the SHN Sports Network by First Responder Broadcasting, and it will be Sun City night, I believe it is, here with the sea of wave blue that will come your way for the Sun City Boosters. Some of them pile in here to watch Georgetown volleyball, and we get ready to go. Sophia Joseph will come off on the back row for the libero. Reagan Ramirez for Georgetown. On the front row is going to be Mackenzie Bernard, Amelia Albright, and Molly O'Shaughnessy. Back to serve goes Allison O'Shaughnessy, and Addie Guido joins her on the back row there with Ramirez. For the Lady Deer of Deer Park, we'll get them in just a second. Allison serve across the way. The attack by the Deer Park, dug up by the Eagles. Back row attack by Guido off the block and down for the kill. And Georgetown opens up the scoring here in set number 1, a 1-0 lead over Deer Park. Give the kill there to Addie Guido, her first of the set. The serve from Allie Props. What a great serve. A free ball sent over. Ramirez with the dig. The attack of the net. Timing off there. Molly saves it. The Deer Park resets. Guido with a big dig. An overpass tipped at the net. There's a net violation there on number 2 of Deer Park. So the point to Georgetown and a 2-0 lead. So an unforced error there for Deer Park. Gives Georgetown the point. And Allie O'Shaughnessy will continue her serve here to open up set number 1. The Deer set it up. Quick set in the middle, the tip over. Nice read there. McKenzie chips it over on touch 2. And now Deer Park will set it back up. The attack is on the back line. Nice kill there for the Deer. And they'll get the side out. The attack there by Alexandra Klein. She'll get the first point of the set for Deer Park. She'll come out on the back row. And number 7, Emery Parham, will come back to serve for Deer Park. 1-2. Georgetown leads by 1 as Parham sets up to serve for the Deer. Sends it across deep. Ramirez has the touch. Bernard keeps it alive. Guido sends the free ball over, and Deer Park will reset. Set will go back. The attack from the far side, dug by Ramirez, but into the post. Kill for the Deer, and a 2-2 score here in set number 1. Swing there by the lefty, Abby Woodson, on the far side. Ramirez will take the serve up to Allie. Far side set to Amelia Albright, but a net violation there on the Lady Eagles. Point to Deer Park, 3-2. The Lady Deer lead it by 1. Parham continues her serve for the Lady Deer. From the near side, flat-footed walk-up serve. Guido. Ramirez keeps it alive. Albright with the big swing, dug by the libero. Attack of the net blocked by Albright and Mackenzie Bernard. Side out back to Georgetown. 3-3 your score now. A nice block of the net there, and that'll send Molly O'Shaughnessy back to serve for Georgetown. She'll start on the far side. Serve across the way. The Deer set up. Quick set in the middle. Lalo off kilter. A good save there. Overpass blocked at the net, but it is off the antenna. Side out back to the Deer. 4-3. They lead by 1. Oops, put the wrong point up. Apologize. 4-3. Deer Park with the early lead here. Back to serve goes the libero. The problem is her number is 24, and on the roster there is no 24. So we'll try to get it figure out who the libero is. Ramirez receives serve up to Allie. Quick set in the middle to Albright. Her attack dug back over the net. There's Reagan Ramirez. Now to Guido off the block. Dug up by Parham. The Deer set it up to the near side. The attack cross court. There's Reagan Ramirez again. Back set here. Molly O'Shaughnessy will send it over. And Deer Park will reset. Little tip over there. Ramirez gets a nice layout dig. And now Guido with the attack off the block and the kill for Addie Guido. Point to Georgetown. 5-3. Or 4-4 on that side out. And back to serve goes Mackenzie Bernard. Sophia Joseph on in the front row for your Lady Eagles. On the front row, Bernard back to serve. Reagan Ramirez will come out. The libero here. And now Bernard ready to serve for Georgetown. Floats it across near side. Set to the far side. The attack dug by Alley. Albright will have the second touch. Bring it back close. And Guido tips it over. But blocked there at the net by number 23, Audrina Silva. So a side out back to Deer Park. 5-4. They lead by 1. And in to serve for the Deer comes number 8. That'll be Isabella D. Calandria. And now the big problem with the two courts on one court is the ball interruptions back and forth. Now we're ready to go. D. Calandria serves it across. Guido. Alley back set to Albright. Blocked at the net. Sent back over. And there's Guido with the touch. So Sophia Joseph sends it over. The Deer scramble up to the net. Dunked back down by Joseph. But it's kept alive. But a net violation whistled by the up ref on Sophia Joseph. That'll give the point to Deer Park. They lead by 2, 6-4. D. Calandria set to serve. Sends it across. Molly up to Alley. Far side to Guido, and a big kill there for Addie Guido, her third of the set. Side out back to Georgetown, 6-5. Georgetown trails by 1. And Amelia Albright, the sophomore, will drop back to serve. Coach Canfield, the basketball coach here at Georgetown, on the far side, along with Coach Griffin, the football coach. They're in attendance here watching. Served by Albright, sent across. Deer Park will set here to the near side. The attack, a tip over, sent deep. Albright reads it, punches it over. They keep it alive. And now Deer Park will reset. Backslide attack, a tip over again, but he tipped it wide. Number 23, Audrina Silva, had the tip there at the net, but tipped it wide and out. An unforced error, and it ties it up at 6 apiece. Here in set number 1. Albright, the sophomore, from the near side, serves it across. Dig by the libero. The service received. The attack into the net, blocked at the net, but a net violation whistled on the Deer. Number 23, Silva. Point to Georgetown, 7-6. Georgetown takes the lead back here in set number 1. Albright continues to serve for the Eagles. Knuckleball across. Deer Park will set it to the middle. Quick attack blocked by Joseph. Deer Park will set again here to the near side. Tips at the net and dunked down. Nice play by Allie O'Shaughnessy as the set was too close to the net. Allie gets the dunk down on that kill for Georgetown, and now a 2-point lead for the Lady Eagles, 8-6. Albright back to serve again for Georgetown. Sends it across. Played up by the Deer. Scramble here to the near side. The attack is long, and it's on the line. Nice attack there by number 5, Darren Abbott. She gets the kill for the Deer. Back over to Deer Park it goes, 7-8. Deer Park trails by 1. Into serve comes number 15, Atlee Gonzalez. Here on the near side for the Deer. She'll send it across. Alley to Albright to Guido. The attack off the net, dug up by the Deer. Set to the near side. The attack into the Georgetown block. And there's Sophia Joseph with the block. Side out back to Georgetown, 9-7. Georgetown by 2. And Addie Guido will drop back to serve for your Lady Eagles. Guido now gets the whistle as Deer Park's ready to go. And the jump serve sent across the way. Off the arms. And now the stanchions. It plays Plinko. And unable to get a second touch. Give that ace to Addie Guido. And the Lady Eagles in the lead back to 3 now. 10-7. Georgetown by 3. As Isabella D. Calandria tried to play that serve, and it went up and bounced around into the rafters here at the gymnasium. Another great serve by Addie Guido. Boy, that ball moves off of her hand across the net. Another ace for the Lady Eagles. 11-7, the largest lead for Georgetown here in set number 1. Guido gets a sign for Coach Richardson. And the serve is underway. And that was a swing and a miss by DeCalandria. That ball from Guido is unbelievable. 3 straight aces for Eddie Guido and a 5-point lead for Georgetown and a timeout for the Lady Deer of Deer Park. We'll take a quick timeout. Lady Eagle Volleyball continues in just a moment. All right, back out of the timeout. Music's not working today. Don't know why, but we'll make the best of it as the Eagles have the 5-point lead. And Eddie Guido to serve again. That's played by the libero Goodson for the Deer. Set it to the near side. The attack dug up by Guido. Up to Albright. Quick set in the middle. Joseph, the attack off of the libero. Back over. Eagles will set it up. Molly sends it down the far side. Nice play by the Deer. They'll set it to the near side. The attack long, and it is out. A hitting error there for Deer Park. And a 6-point lead now for your Lady Eagles. 13-7. They lead by 6. Guido to serve again. DeCalandria plays it up. Pass to the far side, a tip into the net, blocked, and then the touch there by number 4. Klein is out of play. So another unforced error by the Lady Deer. Point to Georgetown, 14-7. Georgetown continues to grow their largest lead, now up to 7 here in the first set. Guido back to serve again. From the middle of the back line, sends it across, and that one just sails long for a service error. First of the set for the Lady Eagles. Side out, back to Deer Park, 8-14. Deer Park trails by 6. And into serve, number 23, Silva sends it across. Ramirez up to Albright. Back set, slide attack by Joseph, but a net violation whistled on number 1 of Deer Park. That's Cameron Plochek. So then a net error there gives the side out back to Georgetown. The lead back to 7, 15-8. Here in set number 1. Back to serve goes Reagan Ramirez. Bernard on the front row. Joseph off on the back row for the Lady Eagles. Ramirez serve across the way. And that knuckleball off the arms of DeCalandria for another ace and a point to Georgetown. The lead up to 8 now, 16-8. 4 aces in the set. Those are service. It's so neat seeing it coming at you here up in the booth. As that ball comes across the net from Guido and now Reagan Ramirez as it is moving. And DeCalandria off of her arm out of play for the ace. 16-8, Georgetown by 8. Ramirez to serve again. And that one dies off. The Deer have it near side. The attack into the block. Dig by Ramirez. Albright set to Guido back row, and her shot is on the line for the kill. Another kill for Eddie Guido, her 4th of the set. And the Eagle lead grows to 9 now, 17-8. And Reagan Ramirez gets the sign from Coach Richardson, moves to the near side of the back row. The serve across the way. And that one moving again. DeCalandria can't make the play. Another ace. That's the 5th for Georgetown. And a substitution here as DeCalandria comes out. Number 11 comes on. That's Micah Whittemore. So Whittemore will take her place as Ramirez ready to serve again. And that serve into the net for Ramirez. And 18-9 now, the side out. The Deer have it trailing by 9. Second service error for the Lady Eagles here in the first set. And back to serve goes Abby Woodson. Quick set, Mackenzie Bernard, the attack dug by Woodson. Set to the far side, and the attack. And a whistle there on a hitting violation. So it's a side out back to Georgetown. 19-9, Georgetown leads by 10. Serve from Allie O'Shaughnessy. The libero Goodson sets it far side. The attack dug up by Allie, up to Albright. Tries to dump the second touch over, but into the net for the hitting mistake there. Point to Deer Park. They cut it to a 9-point deficit, 10-9, 10-19. And back in to serve goes Emery Parham for the Deer Park Lady Deer. Here in set number 1, 19-10, Georgetown by 9. Parham serve. Sent across the way, Ramirez. Up to Alley. Back set to Guido in the back row. Her attack into the net for the hitting error. And the point to the Deer. 11-19. They trail by 8. Parham to serve again for Deer Park. Sends it nice and deep. Ramirez up to Alley. Quick set. Bernard's attack dug up there. Deer Park sets again to the lefty. Down the sideline and on the back line for the kill for number 3, Abby Woodson, the lefty. So a beautiful kill there. A point to Deer Park and a timeout from head coach Jenny Richardson. Her first of the set. We'll take it with her. 19-12, Georgetown by 7. Lady Eagle Volleyball continues in just a moment. So both coaches have taken a timeout here. In set number 1, Georgetown leads by 7, 19-12. As Parham continues her serve for Deer Park. Flat-footed walk-up serve over the net. Guido up to Alley. The attack by Albright dug, but off the hands of Abby Woodson and out of play. So give the kill to Amelia Albright, her first of the set. Side out back to Georgetown. 20-12, Georgetown by 8. And back to serve goes Molly O'Shaughnessy. Molly from the far side, the serve across the way. The attack of the net blocked by Bernard. Deer Park will set again to the near side. Punched over there. Molly up to Alley. Set far side Guido. The swing off the block. Another kill for Addie Guido and the Lady Eagles. 21-12. Guido's 5th kill of the set. The Eagles lead it 21-12 here in set number 1. Molly O'Shaughnessy back to serve again for Georgetown. From the far side of the back row. Serve on the way. Parham plays it up. Woodson will set near side and into the net. The block goes and then able to get that second touch up is Amelia Albright. He's taking swings and kicks at it. A nice kill there by number 5, Darren Abbott. Back to serve goes Aaron Goodson now. Serve across. Ramirez to Alley. To Bernard and off the block out of bounds. A kill for Bernard. Side out back to Georgetown. 22-13, Georgetown by 9. Bernard's first kill of the set to go along with a couple of big blocks she's had so far. The serve from Bernard. Floater over, sent over. Deer set it to the far side, but that second touch by Woodson out of play. Point to Georgetown. 10-point lead, 23-13. Georgetown just 2 points away from taking set number 1. Here in match 1 of day 1 of this 3-day VOLLEYPALOOZA. The serve across the way near side. Played up. Woodson chases it down. Now to Abbott, her attack. Dug by Molly. Up to Alley. Quick set. Joseph, her attack. Off the block and a kill there for Sophia Joseph. Point to Georgetown. 24-13. Georgetown by 11. And now set point for the Lady Eagles. Joseph's first kill of the set. Bernard serve across the way. Abbott up to Woodson. Back set. The swing by the lefty, number 11. Michael Whittemore off the block of Guido and out of play. So give the side out back to the Lady Deer. 14-24. They trail by 10. And into serve comes DeCalandria. To serve it, it'll have to be a run here for the Lady Deer. Next side out gives Georgetown the first set win. Serve across the way. Molly up to Alley. She'll set far side to Guido. The big swing into the block. Dug by Goodson. Set to the near side. The swing by Abbott. Blocked at the net by Joseph. And a miscommunication there. It hits the ground and side out to Georgetown, and Georgetown takes the first set. 25-14, Georgetown wins it over Deer Park here in set number one. We'll have a timeout, switch sides, and come back with set number two. VOLLEYPALOOZA 2024 continues here at Georgetown High School when we come back. Number two, Georgetown number one, 5-14. Over at Deer Park, the Lady Deer will switch to the far side in the white jerseys. Georgetown here on the near side in the blue jerseys. Sophia Joseph off on the back row for the libero, Reagan Ramirez. On the floor for Georgetown to start. The same starting lineup here in set number two, with Albright, Bernard, and Allison and Molly O'Shaughnessy, along with Addie Guido. And Reagan Ramirez now the libero on the back row. For the Deer on the far side, coming up will be Silva, number 23 for the libero, Aaron Goodson, number 24. Back to serve goes Abby Woodson on the front row. Number 11, Micah Whittemore, joined by number 2, Kaylee Sexton, and number 5, Darren Abbott. Receive of serve by Ramirez, a slide attack, and a kill for Mackenzie Bernard. What a nice slide set and kill there for the Lady Eagles. Bernard's first kill of the set, second of the match, and a 1-0 lead for Georgetown here at set number 2. There it comes up on the scoreboard. Back to serve goes Molly O'Shaughnessy here on the near side for your Lady Eagles. Molly sends it across. The libero plays it up. Set by Woodson, far side. Overpass dunk down there at the net by Amelia Albright. Sophomore Albright with a nice block or dunk there. Give her the kill as it was overpass. She dunked it back down. Her second of the match. First of the set. 2-0. Georgetown leads it. Cinco Ranch and Marcus getting set to go under action here. To our left as Molly O'Shaughnessy sends it across. The Deer set it to the near side. Abbott tips it deep. Eagles set tight. Bernard, her attack dug up by Abbott. No reset to the near side. The lefty attack is wide. An unforced hitting error there on number 11. Micah Whittemore gives the point to Georgetown. A 3-0 lead here in the second set. Molly O'Shaughnessy near side. The serve underway. Just off the net. And it folds over the tape and drops for the ace. First of the set. Sixth ace of the match for the Lady Eagles and a 4-0 lead. Molly again here on the near side gets the sign from Coach Richardson. Serve across the way. The set for Abbott. She'll toss it across. Molly to Alley. Back set Albright. Her attack into the net. And it'll be a side out to Deer Park. They'll get their first point of the set. 1-4. As back to serve goes number 5, Darren Abbott for the Deer. Abbott's flat-footed serve across. Ramirez. Alley, near side to Addie. Off the block. A kill for Addie Guido. First sixth of the match. First of set number 2. Side out back to Georgetown. 5-1. Mackenzie Bernard back on to serve on the back row. Back on the court comes Sophia Giuseppe on the front row as Ramirez, the libero, steps off. Bernard from the far side floats it across nice and deep. Scramble for the third touch. It's an overpass dunked by Albright. But the Deer keep it alive. Ball on the court. That'll be a replay here as the ball comes on from the near side. So that point will be replayed. Mackenzie Bernard will set up to serve again. Georgetown leading 5-1 here in the second set. Set number 1, 25-14. Bernard serve across the way. The Deer will set it to the far side. The attack blocked at the net by Albright. The Deer set it back up. Free ball sent over. Molly up to Alley. Set to Guido in the middle. The attack off the block. Dug up by Abbott. The Deer reset. Tip over. Albright read it. At the net. Giuseppe will dump it back over. And Deer Park will reset. The tip over. Read by Alley. Albright set far side. Guido and her attack on the hitting area. She pulled it wide. She immediately knew it as she turned around and gave the face of a frustration of herself. And a point to Deer Park on the side out. 2-5. Deer Park trails by 3. As Ramirez will replace Bernard on the back row for the Lady Eagles. The libero, Goodson, back to serve for the Deer. Flat-footed walk-up serve. Sends it across. Molly up to Alley. Set to Giuseppe. Her attack dug by Goodson. The Deer reset. A tip over. Molly back to Alley. Back set here to Albright. Her attack off the block. A nice job there to get enough on it to get it off the block for a kill for Albright. Side out back to Georgetown. 6-2. Albright's second kill of the set. Third of the match. Remember, the stats I bring you are all officially unofficial stats. I try to get as close as possible, but I'll give it to you as best I can in real time. Albright serve from the far side. Screamer over the net, and it's an ace for the Lady Eagles. Nice serve there by the sophomore Albright. Second ace of the set, 7th of the match. And now Abbott will come off for the Deer. On in her place is Atlee Gonzalez in the back row in the middle for the Deer. Albright serve into the net. It just folds over the net for another ace. Third ace of the set now for the Lady Eagles. 8-2, the lead up to 6 now as they grow their biggest lead of the set. Albright serve again. This one is deep and long for the first service error of the set. Side out back to the Lady Deer. 3-8, they trail by 5. Back to serve goes Whittemore. Her serve across. Scramble for the second touch, and now a free ball sent over by Albright. Deer Park will set it up. Set to the far side. The attack is long. An unforced hitting error there on number 1, Cameron Plochek. The side out back to Georgetown, 9-3. And Addie Guido will drop back to serve for Georgetown. In the middle of the back row, we'll get the sign from Coach Richardson. The serve from Guido, a screamer across the way, dug up at the net. A block there, but a net violation whistled on Georgetown's number 6, Sophia Giuseppe. So the side out back to the Deer. 4-9, they trail by 5. And on to serve comes Emery Parham, number 7. Parham sends it across. Ramirez up to Albright, set to the near side. Molly O'Shaughnessy off the block and out for the kill. Nice attack there by Molly O'Shaughnessy. Her first kill of the set and the match. And the side out back to Georgetown. 10-4, Georgetown by 6. Ramirez, the libero, to serve. Sends it across. Whittemore plays it up. The attack by Silva off the block. Guido. Mackenzie Bernard keeps it alive. An overpass, and Deer Park scrambles, sends a free ball back over. Guido. Albright back set to Allie O'Shaughnessy. Her attack dug up by the Deer. Scramble for it. And now a back row attack by Whittemore. Dug by Albright. Tied to the net. Dunked over. Allie O'Shaughnessy. Give her the kill. What a read there on that tight pass at the net. She dunks it down. Her first kill of the set. Second of the match at Georgetown. Leads by 7, 11-4. Great play there by Allie O'Shaughnessy. Ramirez serve across the way. Deer Park will dig it up. The attack by Silva into the block, but out off of Georgetown. Side out back to Deer Park. 5-11. They trail by 6. No. Silva to serve for the Deer. Sends it across. Guido to Albright to Bernard. Her attack dug up. Overpass off the dig. And Bernard dunks it right back down for the kill. Side out back to Georgetown. 12-5. Bernard with her second kill of the set. Back to serve goes Allie O'Shaughnessy. Silva comes off for the Deer on the back row for the libero, Goodson. And now Allie O'Shaughnessy to serve from the far side. Sends it across. Touch to the side. Abbott saves it. Free ball sent over by Goodson. Guido up to Allie. Near side to Molly. Her attack and a beauty. Molly O'Shaughnessy, another kill. Point Georgetown. Molly's second kill of the set. 13-5. Georgetown's biggest lead of the second set. Now at 8. Back to serve again goes Allie. Allison O'Shaughnessy. Twins of her and Molly. Serves it across. The Deer will set it up. Miscommunication there. Free ball sent over. Ramirez. Allie to Bernard, but a whistle blows there on interference from a ball from the other court. So it'll be a reserve here. So Allie O'Shaughnessy retreats back behind the service line and will redo the point. Georgetown leading 13-5. Sent across the way. Whittemore up to Abbott. The attack by Plowcheck. By Sexton. Dug up. The free ball sent over by Allie. And now Deer Park will reset it. Far side. The attack into the block. And Deer Park sets again. Second touch. It's into the net. Abbott tried to make the play, or Abby Woodson tried to make the play there for the Deer and put it into the net. Point to Georgetown, 14-5. Georgetown leads it by 9. Allie O'Shaughnessy to serve again. Whittemore up to Woodson. The attack and a kill there on the slide hit by number 2, Kaylee Sexton. A nice shot there by Sexton. Side out back to the Deer. 6-14. They trail by 8. Back to serve goes number 3, Abby Woodson. From the near side, flat-footed serve from Woodson across the way. Guido up to Allie. She'll set back to Guido. Back row attack and a kill for Addie Guido. Nice swing there. Side out back to Georgetown. Guido's second kill of the set, 7th of the match. And Molly O'Shaughnessy now to serve for Georgetown with a 9-point lead, 15-6. Molly from the near side. Jump serve underway. The knuckleball moving. The Deer Park sets it up. Abbott will tip it over. Allie up to Albright. Dumps the second touch over, but a scramble at the net. But now a net violation whistled on the Deer. Unforced error. Point to Georgetown. 16-6, largest lead of the set. And Molly to serve again. Cinco Ranch, a 6-3 lead in set number 1 over Marcus to our left. As Molly O'Shaughnessy serves here for Georgetown. Leading by 10. Whittemore can't handle it. Another ace for Georgetown. 4th of the set. 9th of the match. 17-6, Georgetown by 11, and a timeout by head coach Courtney Cox of Deer Park. We'll take it with them. Lady Eagle Volleyball continues in a moment. The sounds of the gym brought to you by our crowd mic. Cinco Ranch forces a timeout by Marcus, leading it 8-3 on to court number 1 here. Georgetown out of the timeout by Cinco Ranch, or by Deer Park. Cinco Ranch is to my left. Back to serve goes Molly O'Shaughnessy with an 11-point lead. Make it 12, 18-6. I missed one. Georgetown by 12. Deer Park, Abbott's attack. Dug by Molly. Albright will set far side to Guido. Her swing blocked at the net. Ramirez digs it. Set to Bernard. Now McKenzie's attack is there for the kill. Another beautiful shot by Mackenzie Bernard. Her third kill of the set, fourth of the match. 19-6, Georgetown by 13 as the lead, largest lead grows. And Molly O'Shaughnessy back on the near side to serve again for your Eagles. Serve across the way, off of Whittemore, out of play. Another ace for the Lady Eagles. They've matched their first set total and have 10 for the match. 5 in each set, the 20-6 lead. As Molly drops back to serve again. Molly serve. A knuckling hanger. Send it across the left-handed attack. Guido with a touch across the net, but a net violation whistled on Guido. Side out back to Deer Park, 7-20. They trail by 13. As into serve comes Atlee Gonzalez for the Deer. Molly O'Shaughnessy will come out. Mallory Miller, the other sophomore on the varsity team, checks in, number 9. Gonzalez's serve. Reagan Ramirez up, set it across to Guido and her attack. Off of Abby Woodson for the kill. Third of the set for Guido, 8th of the match. Side out back to Georgetown, 21-7. Josette back onto the front row. Bernard will drop back to serve as Reagan Ramirez comes off the floor for Georgetown. The serve for Bernard across the way, Gonzalez. The attack by Whittemore and a beautiful cross-court attack. Not by Whittemore. I apologize. By Whittemore, number 11. With the kill there. Side out back to Deer Park. 8-21. Georgetown leads by 13. The libero, Aaron Goodson, back to serve. Attack by Guido. It's off the net. Finds the ground for the kill. Addie's fourth of the set. Side out back to Georgetown. 22-8. Georgetown leads by 14. Amelia Albright back to serve for the Eagles. Albright from the far side to serve across the way. Gonzalez up to Woodson's far side. The attack and a beauty there by number 1, Cameron Plowcheck. Give her the kill. The side out back to Deer Park. Plowcheck. 9-22. Whittemore to serve for Deer Park. Serve across from the lefty. Guido to Albright. Set far side. Allie O'Shaughnessy's attack. Off of a diving arm of Gonzalez for the kill. So Allison O'Shaughnessy, her second kill of the set, third of the match. And the Eagles lead at 23-9 as Guido drops back to serve for Georgetown. 2 points away from a 2-set sweep here in match number 1 on day 1 of VOLLEYPALOOZA 2024. Guido from the far side, the jump serve across the way. That'll be an ace for the Lady Eagles, 6th of the set, 11th of the match. And now a set and match point for Georgetown. Come off the serve of Addie Guido, 24-9. Georgetown leads it. Guido from the far side. Serve across the way. Gonzalez up to Woodson. The attack by Silva. Off the hands of Reagan Ramirez. For the side out. 10-24. The Deer trail by 14. And Parham back on to serve. So Deer Park in the same situation. Got to be a long service run to stay in this match. Side out gives the set and match to your Lady Eagles. Parham gets the sign to serve from the far side. So some discussion at the scores table here. Not sure what they're discussing, but it'll be Parham coming on to serve for the Deer, trailing by 14, 10-24. The next match for your Lady Eagles will come against the Stony Point Tigers. 1:45 is the scheduled start time. It would be a 1:30 pregame, 1:35 pregame, but it depends on the pace of play here in this tournament as matches go all day long. But we'll bring it to you live here on the SHN Sports Network. Deer Park and the Woodlands will play directly after Georgetown and Deer Park finish. And then Georgetown will come back to take on Stony Point before finishing out the day at the 4:15 slot against the Woodlands. So discussion with the down ref and the coach, Courtney Cox of Deer Park. Now things straightened out. 24-10, Georgetown by 14 is Parham to serve for Deer Park from the far side of the back row. Flat-footed walk-up serve across. Ramirez up. Alley sets near side, but a double touch there. As a collision between Alley and Albright. Point to Deer Park, 11-24. They trail by 13. Parham to serve. The walk-up flat-footed serve across. Reagan Ramirez to Albright. Back set Giuseppe, but a double called there on Albright. And that'll draw a timeout from head coach Jenny Richardson. 12-24. Georgetown leads by 12. 1 point away from taking a 2-set sweep over Deer Park. Quick timeout. Lady Eagle Volleyball will continue in just a moment. So back out of the timeout. 12-24. Deer Park trails by 12. And now more discussion going on at the scores table. The coaches from Deer Park in the down ref. 12-24, and Parham to serve again. So remember to go back live, and we do. 12-24, Parham to serve again for Deer Park. Serve across the way, Reagan Ramirez. Giuseppe to the near side. Mallory Miller's attack blocked at the net, and she was back near the 10-foot line. Point to Deer Park. 13-24. The trail by 11. Parham ready to serve again for the Lady Deer. The walk-up flat-footed serve across the way. Reagan up to Albright, set to Giuseppe. Her attack dug up off the net. And Deer Park sets to the far side. The attack dug up by Ramirez. Second touch to the near side. Miscommunication there between Albright and Guido. Point to the Deer. 14-24. They've cut it from a 14-point deficit to 10-point now. As Parham continues her serve, trying to stay alive here for Deer Park. In this best of 3 set matchup. Georgetown leads it by 1-0. 1 point away from taking the 2-set sweep. Albright set. The attack by Miller blocked. Lady Eagles reset. Miller's attack off the shoulder of Whittemore. A scramble here and a free ball sent over, but an unforced error by Silva puts it wide and out of bounds. And Georgetown wins it 25-14, 25-14 to take the 2-set sweep over Deer Park. So Georgetown moves to 20-1 on the year. Deer Park falls to 9-8, and Georgetown will get a one-match break. They'll come back and take on the Stony Point Tigers. 25-14, 25-14, Georgetown victorious. 2 sets to none over Deer Park. We'll take a timeout in this one, and we'll be back for match number 2 against the Stony Point Tigers in just a little bit. Thanks for joining us. Remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind.